Violate someone's copyright and go to jail? Wow. Well, stick around and find out exactly what I'm talking about live. All of that and much, much more is coming right. Live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell, because that way you won't miss a single thing when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. That's right. We are here to help each and every one of you get a better grip on your life. Also, let me start off the show by paying special props to this channel sponsor, the Discover Community Network, for all of your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry. Please consider visiting www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. One more time, that's www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit the subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. There are talk and music radio stations, internet radio stations on that site. So if you want to check it out, please visit www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both those links are below in the description, about a third of the way down. And if you go to those pages and you look up my friend Troy, who's the owner of that company, and you want to email him and connect with him, please do not fail to mention that Coach Eli sends you with lots of love, because I have lots of love for each and every one of you. All right, everyone, good evening and welcome to the show. Welcome, Muttnuts World. How are you doing? Let me just make sure the notification has gone out, and it has. And then let me check out the back end real quick just to make sure everything's rolling nice and smooth. And everything seems to be rolling nice and smooth. All right. Muttnuts World says, hey, Eli and everyone. Hey, Mutt, welcome to the show. Glad to have you here. I'm going to get right to it here tonight because, wow, if you think you've seen it all out here on YouTube and other video platforms, other social media platforms in regards to copyright, things continue to change. And in my opinion, which is much different than many others, I think this is a great thing. So let's just get right to it, and I'll share with you folks what I need. First of all, the title of tonight's show is A New Copyright Law Could Place YouTube and Twitch Infringers in Jail. Oh, wow. One more time. A new copyright law could place YouTube and Twitch infringers in jail. I think there are some YouTubers out there that have maliciously used my content and stolen my content that probably feel I would love to see them in jail. And yes, if you're feeling that way, you are absolutely right. It's funny how everything since the election, since, Joe Biden, the president-elect, won the election, everything has been heading in the right direction. And everything that I said is going to start happening in 2021 is already in the works of happening. And it has many content creators out here on YouTube, Twitch, and other social media platforms scared. But should you be scared? Or should you look deep within and try to understand where the problem truly lies? The problem, in my opinion, truly lies within each and every one of you. Because instead of coming out here and creating your own content and creating good, clean content, even if you have to be a little controversial, you can present your content in more mature ways without racial slurs and hate. If you just learn to realize that, you would not get removed. and you wouldn't be fearing getting removed, and you would not be revolting against something like this, which is what's in the works right now. This new copyright law that, if passed, could put copyright infringers in prison. Holy smokes, holy Moses. Muttnuts World says, I am okay, just a little bit of a sore throat. Was going to go live, but changed my mind so I can rest my throat. I probably should be doing the same thing, Mutt. I probably should be doing the same thing. My allergies have been really kicking in lately, and I've had a little bit of the sniffles and all that. I get that because of my allergies, so I should be resting. But with a story like this, I just had to go live and put it out there. Like I made a promise here on my channel, on my live streams. More so, I'm going to be tackling trending topics and important subjects that affect people, because I am a business and personal relationship coach. I help people, grow their businesses or find their dream jobs, the job of their dreams, another way of putting it. Or I help people with their personal relationships, dating, and marriage. And this right here falls right in line with the business aspects of my coaching practice. So let's go ahead and get right to this. Tonight, I'm going to be reading a story that many sites covered. The one that I'm going to use is called esportstalk.com. So let's go ahead and switch over to the browser screen. And let's get right to this. Lewis Fuller's in the house. Good evening, Coach Eli. Good evening, Lewis Fuller. How you doing tonight, my friend? How are things going in your neck of the woods? It's not really that cold out here. I think it was like 55 or 57 degrees earlier today. The weather's been pretty decent still here in the Bay Area. And if it's really nice and decent, I may end up going hiking this weekend. You see. Okay. I was just checking a text message. All right. My phone's been kind of going a little crazy lately. I've got a bunch of fishing poles out in the sea. Figuratively speaking, of course, you can put two and two together and figure out what that means. Life is great. When you grab life by the horns and you're so in tune with yourself and you're a happy person like I am, life is just great, and things just happen as they are meant to be. Nuts World says it is 37 here in my part of Maryland, going to be 60 tomorrow. That's a huge difference, Mutt. Mutt, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Hang on a second here. Give me a second here. Give me 1 second here. Is that a membership badge, Mutt? Don't tell me you re-signed up for a membership. You didn't have to do that. You're a moderator. You don't have to do that. I'm going to check my settings right now. No, it doesn't have her in there. That's weird. Why is it showing a membership badge by her name? That's weird. Did you just add that on there, Mutt? Oh, that's a lightning. Oh, you put a lightning thing. It's weird, Mutt. It almost looked like a membership badge. Oh, my God. That's weird, too, Mutt. I don't know. It's showing the membership badge by your name. I don't know. But you're not showing as a member, in my back end. So anyway, look into it, and if it popped up, just cancel it, Mutt. You don't need to be a member here. You're a moderator. You are free. All right, let's get right to it here. The topic of this stream, this video, is Tom Tillis wants Twitch streamers DMCA strikes to have felony jail time. Oh my. Let me read that one more time. These people out here are going to say, the conservative dudes are going to say, this guy's such a liberal, you know what? Yeah, call me whatever you want to call me. I'm not here to pass judgment based on political views. I'm here to just do the right thing. And I've had my experiences where, you know, this type of law would have helped me in the past. And one more time, Tom Tillis wants Twitch streamers DMCA strikes to have felony jail time. What does that title sound like to you, Mutt or Lewis? No, it is the member badge. It's only popping up like every other message I type weird. Well, I don't know, Mutt. I don't know why it's popping up. Maybe YouTube is kind of glitching, but just so you know, on my back end, you're not showing up as a member, so don't worry about it. You're good. All right, let's get right to this. Senators throughout time have slid or snuck extra bits into huge omnibus bills in order to get some sort of agenda over. That is definitely true. Some of them do it for recognition and to try to, you know, gain popularity and buy votes, right? But I don't think that's what's happening here. These come through must-pass bills. That way, whatever sneaky thing they are after will come to pass. NC Senator Tom Tillis is the latest offender here. I don't think he's offending anything. I'm not trying to pass judgment. I'm assuming that a conservative wrote this article. And here's the thing. Let me just see. I thought Tom Tillis was conservative. Let me check. Yeah. He's a Republican. So this guy's a conservative that wants to pass this bill. This is definitely something, in my opinion, from the way I've seen conservatives handle things, this is definitely not something that a typical conservative would try to pass, because most conservatives are going to consider this, you know, violating your rights or your freedom of speech or not allowing fair use or some mumbo jumbo like that, which is what the conservatives out here on YouTube have been complaining about. So NC Senator Tom Tillis is the latest offender here. He's taking aim at people who use copyrighted material in Twitch YouTube broadcasts. Hey, I feel the same way. You know how many people violated my copyright? There's a dude that still has over 140 videos that infringe my copyright between 3 of his channels. And maybe I'll have a few words to say about him without mentioning his name again here tonight. Because, more is coming to the infringers. More is coming. Your time is very, very limited. Enjoy it while it lasts. If Tom Tillis gets his way, this is this is not an objective article here. If Tom Tillis gets his way, streamers with repeated DMCA strikes could see felony jail time. Well, good. So to the blog author, who is the blog author? Did I mention it? The blog author, it doesn't even say what the blog author is. Oh, Jason Parker. Jason Parker, written Thursday, December 10th. You just can't see it on the screen there. Jason Parker. So Jason, are you saying it's okay for people to steal your hard work? I've created so many videos between my former YouTube channel that I shut down a few years ago and this channel that's been up for about 2 years. Over the last 4 years, I've had my copyright infringed so many times. On this one channel alone, if I go into my copyright match tool where it shows my removal requests, I've removed, over 170 videos. And I have other channels. I over the last 2 years, I filed over 200 DMCA copyright takedown notices, and I'm not even a big YouTuber. I'm closing in on 5,000 subscribers, and I've already filed over 200 DMCAs in the last 2 years. It's time consuming, and it hurts my business and my brand. it hurts my searchability, through YouTube search. So why should these people be allowed to repeatedly, use my content and make more money off of it than I do? Is that right? Is it right? Some people make a living off of stealing other people's content completely, and they have nothing without that. Is that right? Blog author, are you not taking that into consideration? If that's not a terrifying thought, we don't know what is. Well, you should be terrified by it. Stop stealing other people's content, and you have nothing to worry about or get permission from them. Let's continue. Accidentally have music in a stream, go to jail. Well, if it's copyrighted and you don't have permission to use it, yeah, go to jail. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Go to jail for stealing other people's content, including mine. I'm very passionate about this topic because I've been infringed upon so much out here on YouTube, and people have gotten away with it due to a flaw in copyright law, like I always mention. I have a video on that. If you haven't seen it, search, a flaw in copyright law on my channel, A Grip on Life, and you'll find it. That's what these people do. They use the flaw in copyright law, which is, let's say they use your content. Let's say they use 5 minutes of your content in a 15-minute video. And they take all the best parts of your video to the point of where people will now not come watch your video on your channel. So you're losing revenue. I'm losing ad revenue. I'm losing views, right? Traction from the YouTube algorithm. They're going to claim it's fair use, right? Fair use is subjective to the court of law, right? It's not subjective to what they think is fair use or what, YouTube thinks is fair use. Now, if someone uses your content fairly, you should take that into consideration, but you still have the right to file a DMCA copyright takedown notice for anything, even for 2 seconds, right? So I file a DMCA copyright takedown notice. All that person has to do is file a counter notification. It gets approved. They're going to say it's fair use, right? And then I have 10 business days to sue the person that files a counter notification on my original DMCA. I have to sue them in a federal copyright court because there is no small claims copyright court, which in the federal court, it would cost tens of thousands of dollars, which is not even worth it, right? So the person that's using your content knows that they're going to file a counter notification, knows that you're not going to sue them because you're not going to, as a small creator, you're not going to spend all that money to take them to federal copyright court. And then in 10 to 14 days, when you don't show YouTube proof that you filed a lawsuit on this person in a federal court that costs an astronomical amount of money, they reinstate the video and take off the copyright strike. And at that point, that person can continue to infringe your copyright, just like this one 35-year-old spoiled entitled millennial has done. Yeah, I mentioned you again. You know who you are. I'm not going to mention your name. But stick around, spoiled entitled millennial, if you're here, because I have some words to say to you as an example. Because you decided to do a live stream on me and dissect, one of my live streams during the replay. I got to give it to you. You actually did it right. You didn't simulcast me, and you actually did it under fair use. You used, like half my video, which is quite a lot, but I'm not going to file on that, obviously, for what I just said a second ago. And plus, I'm like, okay, he waited afterwards, fair use, no big deal. No big deal. But I've got some updates for you, so stick around. Let's continue here. Accidentally have music in a stream, go to jail. Tom Tillis of North Carolina wants law enforcement to have the tools necessary to combat a real crime, unlawful copyright use. Amen. I agree. I'm tired of people stealing my content. The idea here is that any unlawful copyright use DMCA strike would be faced with a felony offense instead of a misdemeanor. Heck, I'll take a misdemeanor on these people that have stolen my copyright. How do I get a misdemeanor filed on someone? I have to sue them in a federal court system? Now, they're supposed to pass this small claims copyright court, but I think Oregon senator was holding that bill. I was talking about that on a stream earlier this year. So until we have a small claims version of copyright court, this may be the next best thing that can protect small creators from being infringed upon. Beyond fair use, that is. If it's fair use, it's fair use. But when people sit there and they simulcast your live streams without your permission, and they do reaction videos to you every single day, that gets excessive. That to me is copyright infringement. Using 140 plus of my videos, even claiming they're all fair use, that's excessive right there. That should be a felony, definitely. This could lead to jail time. If you're curious, the whole bill proposition can be read here. We're not going to read that because I'm going to share the link to this article at the end of the stream. So for those of you that come back on the replay, you'll be able to go and check that out if you'd like. All right. Let's check out the chat real quick. Is anything going on there? Okay, no, we're good. All right. They allege that because live streaming as a method of taking in content has risen, this has wildly increased the nature of digital piracy. Yeah, because what happens is a lot of these people, they'll simulcast your live stream, they'll get donations, they'll get super chats, and then they'll delete the evidence. Then they'll delete it before you can file a DMCA. There's got to be a system. There's got to be, at every company that does live streaming, there has to be 3 to 5 people on staff just monitoring live streams. And there has to be a feature on the copyright forms to manually submit someone is simulcasting my live stream right now. So it can be quick and easy. You notify the copyright department and they take it down. Right? But how do we prevent them from filing a counter notification and having that video reinstated 10 to 14 days later, because you're not going to sue them in a federal court system? Maybe passing this bill where they'll be given an option, either you delete the stream and don't do this again, or we're going to hand over your information to the authorities to arrest you for a felony crime. Maybe that'll get them to stop, right? Think about that. I'm thrilled that this guy wants to do this. I'm all for it. Under this potential bill, Twitch streamers and YouTube too, but they're just talking about Twitch here, would face some serious jail time from repeated DMCA strikes because they violate copyright. All they do is reaction videos, and they talk smack about other creators, which is pathetic, right? It's pathetic. Nothing wrong with, sharing your opinion about another creator every now and then, but there are some creators out there that harass people and talk about them every day. Like a lot of the younger male Twitch creators will attack the younger female Twitch creators. And it's pretty pathetic in my opinion. It's immature. Who wants to see that stuff? If you're in the drama, I guess, but I'm not in the drama. I can't stand drama. As we discuss in our attached responses, illegal streaming, while it may also implicate the rights of distribution and reproduction under the Copyright Act, primarily is an offense against the right of public performance. Okay. While criminal infringement of either the distribution or the reproduction rights can be prosecuted as a felony under current law, criminal infringement of public performance, even when done willfully and for a commercial advantage, is limited to a misdemeanor. Well, I think it should be a felony because no one is taking it seriously. And people are legitimately and purposefully infringing upon other people's copyright to make money off of them, and then it affects them from making money off their own material. I have a problem with that. I always have. This is going to fix that problem. I hope it passes. If Tom Tillis has his way, a legislative fix would occur for this so-called streaming loophole. It is a loophole. Give me a second. I got an itch. Give me a second. Okay, sorry for the lack of professionalism there. That was an itch for good luck. Lewis Fuller says, I am back in the stream. Welcome back, Lewis. Welcome back. It sounds like if Tillis's bill passes, if you are an IRL streamer, meaning in real life, what an IRL streamer is someone that streams anything besides gaming. Gaming is one aspect, and all other live streams, whether you do political commentary or anything else, is called IRL streaming, in real life. And sounds play in the background, you could very well go to jail for it. If it's copyrighted. If it's not copyrighted, that's fine. But you got to make sure what's copyrighted, what's not. I don't use copyrighted stuff. I only use stuff that's not copyrighted and it's for commercial usage, and it's available for anyone to use in the public. It's in the public domain. A bill like this could effectively kill many streaming outlets out of fear, if nothing else. Well, no. It's going to kill all the people that have found a loophole to steal other content and make money off of someone else's work, just like it's been happening to me. But see, all you guys are going to come out and say, well, it's fair use. It's fair use. Well, fair use is subjective to the federal copyright court, which costs an astronomical amount to be able to assert your rights. This is a great thing. This is going to stop copyright infringement dead in its tracks if it passes. And for those people like myself that haven't been violating copyright, all my videos have been monetized. All green. No copyrights and no content ID claims. Not one. Everything I use, I either have a license for or is not copyrighted. Sure, many streamers can just not stream music or avoid IRL streaming in crowded places. Look, a lot of people say, oh, the YouTube audio library has crappy music. I actually like the YouTube audio library. There are some good songs if you look in it, right? Just like one of these songs right here. This is one of my favorite songs that I used to use on my former channel for a show I used to call Coach Eli Live. Want to hear it? Here we go. Yeah! Are you ready for Coach Eli Live? Here we go! Just feel it. You can play music. Just play music that is not copyright or safe from copyright. Yeah! Yeah! All right. See, if you know what you're doing and you play by the rules, you're not going to have any issues. Did you like that, Mutt? Do you like that Coach Eli Live theme song from the YouTube audio library? It's called Double Helix by Ethan Mixell. Buttnuts World. I always make sure that any music I use is copyright free, and if I am out somewhere, I am always aware of my surroundings, and if there's anything or any sound that could be copyrighted. Yeah, when I hear copyrighted music, like at the park or something, I run. YouTube will take some of that into consideration if it's like deep in the background and it's only a few seconds. They're not gonna. Their content ID system is programmed to not, take you down for that. That's called incidental copyright, unintentional. But even then, you got to get out of the way as soon as possible. When I used to do live streams at my local park, Red Morton Park, whenever I would hear copyright music, I would be running and people would be laughing like, what the hell is he running? I'm running for the copyright music. What do you think I'm doing, right? Come on, man. I can't control what happens out in public, but I can still get demonetized for that, right? So as long as you're aware, you can prevent it. All right, let's continue here. Okay, where did we leave off? Here we go, right. More than just live streamers are worried about this. Civil rights groups, digital rights, nonprofits, and a variety of other sources came together to pen a letter to the Senate last week, which we found courtesy of Kotaku. Okay, well, what did you folks do? If you have licenses to anything that you use, right, or if it's actually fair use, then you have nothing to worry about. Fair use still applies, but you got to understand what fair use. Fair use is a legal copyright doctrine that allows you to use excerpts, typically small excerpts, the smaller the better, for commentary, newsworthy information, and then you have to make it transformative in nature. Like I'm reading this blog right now, I'm putting my own spin on it. This is fair use, right? This is transforming the content and stating my opinion about it. So you got to do it the right way. You got to do fair use the right way. Let's continue and see what they said. As creators, innovators, small businesses, online service providers, libraries, educators, and civil society organizations, we are concerned with including controversial copyright or trademark bills in a must-pass piece of legislation, the organizations wrote via Torrent Freak. Ooh, Torrent Freak. You want to find out where all the copyrighted stuff is? Go to the BitTorrents. So this is via Torrent Freak. Okay. I don't understand where the complaint is at. If you have licenses to the content you use, you're good. And if you're not using copyrighted material, you're good. If you're talking about, is this going to affect fair use? It might, maybe. But you got to be real careful when you're using fair use as well. You got to be real careful. And you have to also understand that sometimes you might get permission to use someone's content, and if you have a falling out with them out of spite, they might file a copyright takedown on you, and then you're screwed. And that's what really sucks, to be honest with you. So for me, unless I have an actual license to use a piece of copyrighted material, if I have a creator that says use my content, I will not use it unless they write something out to me and state that, hey, I give you legal permission to use this and sign it, like an affidavit. Any other way, I wouldn't do it, because these people can just flip on you on a dime, and out of spite, one day they can just flag you out of the blue, and it'll go down. And now you might go to jail, right? We respect Congress's intent to improve our intellectual property system and protect the rights of creators and entrepreneurs. That's the way I look at it. But where's the but? However, here's the but. However, certain aspects of this package of bills will have negative impacts on small and medium-sized business creators, libraries and their patrons, students, teachers, educational institutions, religious institutions, fan communities, internet users, and free expression. What's going to happen to these people is they're going to have to be a lot more careful when using your content and do it right. And they're not going to be able to steal your content like they've stolen mine for years. If you're doing things the right way, if you've always done things the right way all along, in my opinion, like I have, this is not going to affect you. This is only going to help people like me by stopping other people from actually using my material, monetizing my material, taking my audience, and then me getting nothing out of my own hard work. Is it fair for someone else to make the money off of my hard work? We ask that you decline to include this package of bills in the funding bill. I disagree with this. Cracking down on content creators. Okay, I love this. Let's see where we go here. Well, let me check out the chat real quick. We're good. Okay. Considering that Tom Tillis's major donors come from the Motion Picture Association, Sony Pictures, Universal Music Group, and similar major media outlets well over $100,000, it is not a shock that we see a bill something like this. Well, it goes beyond the Motion Pictures Association. I am a small content creator with just under 5K subs. And I've been affected by this tremendously for years. It affects everyone, not just the big dogs. You want to appease the masters that pay for you to try and stay in office after all. That's not what this is all about. Now, maybe for Tom, that maybe part of it is to get the funding. Sure, I can understand that, but that's not the only reason. I see value in this bill personally for myself and other creators like me that are doing things the right way. I see the infringers that have been stealing our content and monetizing our content and affecting our right to free enterprise paying finally for what they've done. That's my opinion. Sticking to it. The government is supposed to protect regular people and see that they are safe. Right. Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, things like that. Okay? But there's always a but, right? But a bill like this would ruin so many people's ability to make money in a way that makes them happy. Yeah, by stealing my content? A bill like this would ruin so many people's ability to make money in a way that makes them happy? Yeah, by stealing my content and other good people's content, making money off of our content, and we make nothing off of it, and you're okay with that? I haven't been triggered in a while, but this blog author, you're triggering me, man. You're triggering me, dude. This guy has to be a little bit on the right at least. This guy's on the right. That's my opinion. I think this guy's on the right. But oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm just saying. It makes them happy. You know, it's going to ruin these people's ability to make money in a way that makes them happy, right? It's going to make them happy, or won't make them happy anymore because they're not going to be allowed to steal people's content like mine and profit off of it. Come on. The thought of a slip up, even if they didn't actually play the music digital content, could ruin their life with a felony? Yes. You know why? Because some people don't learn their lesson. This one spoiled entitled millennial guy that's extremely violated my copyright, and he knows copyright law very well. He plays the system. He has over 140 of my videos on his channel, at least some with large clips in them, right? And here's the thing, to you 35-year-old spoiled entitled millennial with all of my content on your channels, especially your main channel. You know, you mentioned something in your last stream. I'm going to mention this, and you think I'm dumb. You think that the one thing that I'm not seeing that you know could be done, I don't know about. No, I know what you're talking about, dude. You're saying because you're not in the YouTube partner program, if I were to go and flag 3 of your videos for copyright, just like that in one shot on one form, it would wipe out your entire channel. That's a possibility. You don't think I already knew that? You don't think I knew you were talking about that? And your entire stream, you're trying to debunk my truth about what I mentioned you're doing, which is exactly what this guy's trying to stop. All you do is you steal other people's content, you play the copyright game like I mentioned, someone flags you down, you file a counter notification, and then when that person doesn't sue you in a federal court within 10 business days, YouTube reinstates your video and removes the strike. You play the game. This will stop your game because if you're going to go to jail now for doing this, you're not going to do it. That's the only thing that's going to stop people like this guy is the threat of jail. That's why this guy is doing this. That's why this conservative senator is doing this. A conservative senator is doing this. This is not a liberal. This is a conservative senator that I agree with being a slight left liberal. I'm a slight left liberal, and I agree with this conservative that wants to pass this. I think he is a senator, not a congressman. He's a senator. Give me a second. Let me check. Yeah, he's a senator. Yep. Content production as we know it would come to an end. No, it wouldn't. It would actually be more original instead of stealing other people's work. Dude, do you want to rewrite your entire article? Do you want me to rewrite it for you? I can blog it on my own website, coacheli.melas.com. Content production as we know it would come to an end? What are you talking about? Whatever happened to original content? Create your own content. That means it's all yours. There's no copyright infringement. Are you saying that nothing is original anymore? Come on, man. Come on, man. Wow. I'm hot right now. I'm heated by this. All right. It is terrifying it's terrifying to think about. We don't want to use a slippery slope fallacy here. That's not what this is, dude. But this could really crush a lot of people's freedom and joy. So you're saying that, in other words, what you're saying is that a lot of other people get their freedom and joy and right to free enterprise by stealing other people's content like myself. Just like this spoiled entitled millennial, 35-year-old spoiled entitled millennial has done to steal my content for the last several years and gets donations from an audience that used to watch my content on my channel, but because he steals my content and puts it on his, they watch it on his. Are you out of your mind, dude? We don't want to use a slippery slope fallacy here, but this could really crush a lot of people's freedom and joy. What if they create original content, or if they're going to use some copyrighted content, actually make sure it's fair use or get permission from the copyright holder? It's pretty simple, man. This proposal, which does include the CASE Act and Trademark Modernization Act, should have judgment passed on it on December 11th. Today's December 10th. We're going to know more about this tomorrow. If this passes tomorrow or the next day, I will go live and I will further talk about this. Maybe even try to get a panel of people. Maybe my moderators can come on and we can talk about this. This would be a good thing. This would be a good thing for people like myself that have been struggling to stop people from using my content without my permission. We do know Congress has confirmed the bill must be passed before the government shutdown on that date. Okay, so we're going to know in the next day or two. That's what it seems like. Sadly, Twitch has yet to comment on the DMCA legislation or has the possibility of streamers facing jail time, nor has Amazon, because Amazon owns Twitch. We will do our best to keep appraised of this because it is a worrisome thing to consider. See, Twitch does not have the same DMCA system that YouTube has. Now, while YouTube's DMCA system, is not perfect, it's better than most other companies. They have a large DMCA copyright department, and YouTube is pretty good at taking down copyright infringement. For the most part, they get to it within a few hours. Sometimes it may take a day or two. If it's something that they're on the fence of removing or not. They may have to run it through lawyers and other managers and stuff, and it may take a week or so. And in rare cases, I've seen it take up to a month, but they will eventually get to it and they will take care of it. As far as Twitch goes, I'm not really that familiar with their, copyright department or what they do regarding copyright infringement. But from what I've heard on other YouTube channels earlier today that I was watching their opinions on this, they said that Twitch is not that great at it. They don't really have, what YouTube has. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. And the author is Jason Parker. He's an esports news and card game specialist living as a hermit down in eastern North Carolina. Dude, they look cool, dude. What are those? Are those Ray-Bans or something? What kind of sunglasses are those? They're actually pretty cool. They look like aviators. Those are pretty cool. They don't look feminized like some other content creator I know that wears feminized, bug-eyed sunglasses, and he's a dude. No disrespect, just stating the facts. All right, let's go back to full screen because it's going to be a short stream. We're going to wrap this up. Hey, Mutt, are you still there? Do you like the background tonight? This is Spain. It's a beautiful background, isn't it? Just going to wait a second and see if anyone else has anything to say. If not, we're going to get on out of here, make this a short stream, and that way we give as many people a chance to view this on the replay. I got to tell you, folks, it is going to be very interesting to see how this pans out. I think it's a good thing. I think something needs to be done to protect people's content, especially small creators that are brand new and working hard and spending their own hard-earned money and putting in a lot of time to create original videos and designs, logos, etc., right? And then other people steal them and make money and get away with it because of the flaw in copyright law. Something needs to be done about this. We need both a small claims copyright court, so that way when people file counter notifications on us, then we can actually sue them for a reasonable amount of money, couple $100, and either win in court or these people will stop infringing upon us, knowing that they can no longer play the counter notification game with small creators. And or, in addition, I think it should be both, pass this law where, hey, if you continue to infringe upon someone's copyright, you're going to go to jail. I honestly think the way it should work is this. I think that, a first infringement should be a warning. A second infringement should be a fine. And a third infringement should be jail time. That's the way I think it should work. If that was the case, this 35-year-old spoiled entitled millennial that's continuously violated my copyright would have been in bars a long time ago, and for each infraction, he'd probably be in jail for the rest of his life. That's how badly he's violated my copyright. And he may be sitting here and laughing. That member's badge is still there. That's so funny, Mutt. Maybe YouTube is playing tricks with you. I don't know. YouTube and Google. But anyway, we're going to see what happens, folks, and I will update you all here on the latest as soon as I find out, which is what I'm trying to say. With that being said, I want to thank Mutt Nuts World for being here. I want to thank Lewis Fuller for being here. I also want to thank everyone else who was watching behind the scenes. I'll be back tomorrow for another show, folks. Earlier today, I released, another Walking with Purpose video in 4K at 60 frames per second. Go and check it out if you haven't seen it. If you wait till the end of this video, this stream on the replay, you're going to have some options there to select on the previous video and another video on top of that. So keep it locked here in the Grip on My channel. With that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.